So this is pretty exciting for me. As a UWorld ambassador, I was not expecting to be gifted copies of the textbooks, but I did ask if it was a possibility just because I used my textbooks religiously when I studied to become a CPA back in 2019 through 2021, and UWorld very graciously sent these over to me so that I could make videos and hopefully help inspire and give tips to future CPAs using these materials. So just flipping through, one of the first things I noticed is that there is color in these textbooks. Back when I used Becker, there was no color. It was a black and white textbook. If you'd like to see maybe a comparison between the Becker books, which of course the materials have changed since I studied, but if you'd like to see maybe a flip through comparison between these and my old Becker textbooks, please let me know and I'd be happy to film that. But I just kind of wanted to give a quick flip through of each section. So the first one I just flipped through was audit, which is the section I'll probably be making videos on first, just because that's what I do for my career. This is FAR, which ironically was actually one of the shorter books. Back in the day, this was by far the thickest Becker book, so I was kind of surprised to see how slim it appeared compared to the other ones. Just doing a really quick flip through of each of these. Just kind of taking a peek, loving the color. I always feel like color is so much more stimulating. I personally always highlighted my books with really bright highlighters just because it kept me engaged and made things a little more aesthetic and pretty. Here we are looking at Reg, which Reg was such a struggle for me personally. It's the only section of the CPA exam I did not pass on the first try. To be fair, I knew the first time I sat, it was the first time I felt completely unprepared. I distinctly remember on the practice tests, I was only getting around 50% of the questions right the week before the exam, and that had never happened to me before. So when I finally did sit, I'll never forget, my first score I'm pretty sure was a 53 for Reg, and I just remember feeling so devastated, so defeated, but it ended up being my highest passing score when I finally did pass, so a love-hate relationship with that section. And then here we are looking at a discipline book. So there were no disciplines when I sat for the CPA exam. It was just BEC, which was my least favorite exam to study for, but I also scored pretty well on that one. So this is the tax planning discipline. This is just what they sent me. And it is just so cool to be able to see these, to be able to see updated material, and to be able to plan all of these future videos for you guys. I am so excited. So here are all of the materials lined up. I cannot wait to dive into these with you. Thank you so much for watching.